Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Today I have a brand new guest, Vaibhav Singh of Defensive Offense. Let's first welcome him and I'll tell you all about him. Vaibhav, Namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel for the first time.
Thank you so much, Shriji. Long time.
Yes, indeed. It's been a long time. And Vaibhav, you don't need any introduction. Many of the viewers will remember that it was his defensive offense with Major Gaurav Arya that sort of, started looking at geopolitics much more closely than many other channels. And I, for one, used to follow it without any break. And now, of course, Major Gaurav Arya, I think, is gone on his own. And Vaibhav, what a find. Vaibhav can host, and he's equally knowledgeable, if not more, and with a depth to match. And viewers, you're going to have a fantastic conversation today, because sometimes, we've been talking inside. I just wanted to take a step back, go back up. Then I was looking at what happened in August 2024. America wanted to drink tea. They went to a store. Instead of just ordering for a tea and drinking it, they ended up buying the whole store, that store being Bangladesh. And many of you may not know this, but today, even after withdrawing their troops, America continues to pay millions of dollars to Afghanistan. They don't even explain why. Is Bangladesh headed the same way? And if so, to what end? What are they gaining here? Is this the thing? I mean, is it US that did this, or are there other actors such as China who has an equal amount of interest in doing this? So Vaibhavji, you take us back however far you want, and then lay the land out for us. What the heck is happening? Why is US wanting to get into another quicksand here?
First of all, thank you so much, Shreya for inviting me. And hello to all your viewers. Satever is happening in South Asia, if we start looking at it, we have seen that, almost every country has seen a regime change now. You saw Pakistan, where, Imran Khan himself publicly said that it was Donald Lu of, State Department who threatened the then ambassador of Pakistan in United States that Imran Khan needs to go and the no confidence motion needs to pass, or there will be consequences. That is why, he said that Pakistan Army and ISI, who are like heavily dependent on American support, because be it IMF, be it World Bank, or be it the essential military supply for their frontline fighters like F-16 and other, stuff that they have got in their Army, Navy, and Air Force. Although they have been trying to, diversify it and, tilting it more in towards China, but they know that the cutting edge technology that they have is, at the end of the day, it is American, because they could not survive without US support. So the army of General Bajwa, who was like, whom Imran Khan himself called that, army chief is like father to the nation. Army chief kaum ka baap hota hai. This is a famous, line that he said on a national, TV channel. Then Imran Khan just went away. The no confidence motion passed. In Nepal, we see the same trend. You go to Myanmar, the same trend. You see Bangladesh, same thing happened. Sri Lanka, bankrupt. Maldives. The president who came, he did not come, on the premise of promising, employment or water or electricity or, more business or economic growth. The only slogan that he came on was India out, if you can remember. India out was the only slogan he had throughout his election campaign. And there also, that man came to power. So if you look at our neighborhood right now, not a single country or not a single leadership is there in any of the country which is pro-India or which supports India or, the collaboration or support with India. So India has been trying to do that. And in international relations, as you know very well, that there are no friends and there are no permanent enemies. So they are just mutual or, permanent interest. If China and America's interests align, that will align in a particular region. And if there is a difference in some different region, they'll act as an enemy in those regions. So as far as BRI is concerned, Belt and Road Initiative, the interests do not, align with each other. But when it comes to Bangladesh or when it comes to Myanmar, those interests converge. So everybody is playing their part. In Afghanistan, America, invaded Afghanistan, did war on terror. More than $1 trillion was spent in a meaningless war. What came out of it? You are an American citizen. It is your taxpayer money, which was wasted on the false premise of, weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, Syria, Libya, and Afghanistan. And eventually, people whom you went into to throw out came back to power. You left the power in their hands only. So this military-industrial complex, they need wars. They need chaos. The big American businesses. So to keep funneling hundreds and billions and trillions of dollars, you need to have conflicts in different regions around the world. And America or the US taxpayer will be spending money in Bangladesh also. Some people here are very hopeful that once Donald Trump comes to power, he will be reversing everything that is happening in Bangladesh. He'll reverse everything that US has done till today in past 25 years. Well, he was president for the last term for 4 years. What did he do? Nothing. So we can, keep ourselves happy by, giving each other hope that, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. The first responsibility, the first task that Donald Trump has is to clean his own system rather than going, cleaning mess created in Bangladesh or Syria or any other country. In Syria, when STS took over, what did Donald Trump say? He said, it's not our war. Okay? It's not our, why should we intervene? So if he's not intervening in Syria, what makes you think that he's going to intervene in Bangladesh? For whom? He has come to power with a slogan or a promise to make America great again, not make India great again, or Bangladesh great again, or Nepal great again, or Pakistan great again. I mean, if you just try to understand his personality, his psychology, how he thinks, it is always going to be, to keep America away from the conflicts, not taking America into different conflicts. So as far as, and the first book he wrote, The Art of Making a Deal. So if he gets a better deal from Bangladesh, or if he gets a better deal from China, or he gets a better deal from Myanmar, or the Nepalese, or some other country, he's going to take those deals. Okay. So we have to look after our interests. And as you rightly said, that if you had to drink tea, you did not have to, buy entire shop of tea. But once it is done, it is done. To undo that, it is the responsibility of India as a country. We are the regional power. And if you remember, Donald Trump in his last term categorically said that he wanted Indian troops on ground in Afghanistan. He was willing to pay for it. He said that we'll pay India if we just take out our US troops and you send your Indian troops there. The Indian political leadership decided that no, that is not our war. We are not going to fight it. But Bangladesh is your war. And you will have to fight it because you are the people who created Bangladesh. So Donald J. Trump will ask India, okay, if you have problem, you go sort it out. But are we willing to do that? If we are willing, fine. But if we are not willing to do that, we don't want to get into confrontation, because Donald Trump also understands that if there is a conflict in Bangladesh, we are the ones who are going to step in. We are going to sell weapons. We are going to sell inventories. We are going to profit from it. But if we enter there, if we invest more money in Bangladesh, we might, that's more expensive deal, which I don't think Donald Trump is going to buy.
So, Vaibhav, thank you so much for that starting comment. See, my understanding is there's a secret negotiations going on between Trump and Modi, and what appears to be Trump's request is that he just wants St. Martin's Island back to the same concept. He wants to just drink tea, and he's saying,
Yes.
You deal with Bangladesh the way you see fit. But India is also going to pay a price that it will have USA breathing down its neck. It's not just Bangladesh. If US comes and sits in St. Martin's Island, it is going to be breathing down China's neck. That's only 60 kilometers. It will be breathing down India's neck. It will be breathing down Myanmar's neck. Maybe India will wangle a deal saying that you also get out of this, creating a Christian nation business, and take out all these pastors who are actually CIA officials. We've been seeing that video where the CIA, so-called preacher who's actually a CIA official, is distributing high-tech guns. So all these things, Trump kind of doesn't like it. Trump doesn't like it. Even last time he said no unnecessary wars, and he did not add any new wars for the United States. So your thoughts on that?
So you were talking about Stephen Corney, the so-called preacher that everybody is talking about. I did a video yesterday on my channel DO News about him and his relations with CIA, how he was, attached to the security team of Victoria Nuland, who's the queen of the war that is going on in Ukraine. And I also spoke about how he was involved with her and how her wife, and she is also a missionary based out of Hyderabad in Andhra Pradesh. And how, Rahul Gandhi went to Kathmandu to attend the wedding of Sumita Udas, who works for CNN, and her father is a very close aide of George Soros and has been doing the dirty work for CIA for a very long period of time. And Rahul Gandhi did not take even a single head constable with him to that marriage. He went there alone, like he likes to travel, whether he goes to Bangkok or he goes to Italy, whether he goes to anywhere outside India, he never takes anybody along with him. He always travels alone. So Kathmandu also, he went there alone. And there he attended that wedding. And in that wedding, it is said that in the Marriott hotel he stayed and he met with this chap, this CIA agent, who's doing all this work, distributing arms, bulletproof jackets, military boots, and everything, and drones, and training all those people there. And he is a former soldier of CIA Black Ops Unit 111 Delta Brigade that was based in Kandahar, and they used to do all the Black Ops for the CIA. So, and I made that video yesterday. I have made a sequential video today also. Rahul Gandhi is not saying anything about it. He has never come out clean. And just like he went to Chinese embassy during that conflict in Galwan, first of all he disowned it. I did not go there. When Chinese embassy released the photograph of the meeting, till today he has never revealed what was the conversation about, what was the meeting about. What were they? And it is a protocol that if you are a member of parliament and if you go and meet anybody from any other country in their embassy, you have to come and brief the Foreign Office and the Home Ministry about it. That, okay, I went there in that particular embassy, I was invited in this and this function. There was, discussions on these topics. Obviously, nobody, answers, gives right answers. No, people hide whatever they want to hide because nobody was there to see what they talked about. But still, there is the protocol. Rahul Gandhi till today never bothered to even do, fulfill that also. So these CIA officers, masquerading as pastors and preachers and evangelicals, they have been doing it for a very long period of time. And George W. Bush Jr.'s wife, she has been chairperson for an organization that demands for a separate Christian country in Myanmar. She has been chairperson of that organization. That is a Baptist church. I'm forgetting the name. That is some Baptist church based out of DC, District of Columbia. She has been chair of that, of the NGO for like past 40 years, that church. And when Joe Biden came to power, he passed a Burma Act. In that Burma Act, he authorized the supply of non-lethal supplies to all these fighters, who are fighting the state in Myanmar. So, I mean, this has been a long-standing project. And it is not, and let's just be honest to each other. All these evangelicals, all these Baptists, hardcore, Christians, and all these church, these are the hardcore voters of Donald Trump. So, Nagaland for Christ is the project that Donald Trump is not going to say that, okay, shut it down. All these, Baptist church movements that are going there, Donald Trump is not the one who's going to, shut them down. So, we can say that, okay, he's going to clean up the mess. But, Sree Saab, you tell me, the mess that is there, the swamp of Washington, D.C. he spoke about in the first term. I mean, is he going to clean that first or going to clean the mess that is there, 12,000 kilometers, 18,000 kilometers away from Washington, D.C.? So, all these projects are not going to shut down overnight. The island he's talking about, India also understands that there is a threat, because if you allow that in order to justify the offensive against China, then all these missionaries that are based in District of Columbia and Netherlands and all these countries, they will be sneaking in. And this conversion mafia that is going on in northeastern states, and which has become a national security nightmare for you, that we are not able to handle all these cookies for second consecutive year in a small state of Manipur. Manipur is not Tamil Nadu. Manipur is not Andhra Pradesh. Manipur is not Uttar Pradesh. Manipur is Manipur. And we are unable to contain that movement in that very small region because of there are challenges, there are reasons, okay? But just imagine if CIA is sitting there in Northeast with all its $40 billion budget, all its advanced technology, with all its might, with all its financial resources. I mean, what kind of situation is that going to be for India? So we need to be sensitive, and I completely agree that somehow the government has to take very calculative and very definitive steps, very bold steps for that matter. And let's see what happens. Like, every geopolitical analyst can analyze, but nobody actually knows what is going to turn out.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question, Vaibhavji. Put yourself in Modi's shoes. Tomorrow, he says, for one day you are the Prime Minister, and you have to lay down the path for India's foreign policy vis-a-vis Bangladesh. What will you do?
First of all, I don't even deserve to become a corporator in the area that I live, first of all. And even if I stand up for that, I'm not sure how many votes I'm going to get, whether I'm going to get all the votes in my family also. And politics is a very different ballgame. But one thing that I would support is that Bangladesh, there should be some covert operations. Bangladesh was, overturned through covert operation, and it will be countered through covert operation and also flexing the military muscle. I'm not in the favor that we should just go and start bombing Bangladesh and Dhaka the way we did in 1971. That is not the case. In those days, people were in our favor. The Bengalis, they were the persecuted class, so we could do that. That we can't do right now. But we must start covert operations. We must try to, weaken the current establishment. When they say that yesterday a retired colonel of Bangladesh Army, he was saying that we have friends who have got nuclear bombs, and we won't hesitate in seeking their help, and they will be using the bombs for us. So I want to say that if such kind of statements are coming out from Bangladesh, then we must also show them that we also have bombs. We don't have bombs to just fire them on Diwali or Kartik Deepam. We also have bombs to fire on the right occasions. So flexing military muscles, but also going more covert, which our national security advisor, current national security advisor, he has always been a proponent of going for more covert operations. People who have seen him working, who have observed him past 20 years, they know that he is more into covert operations rather than military operations. So I would go for that, and heads have to roll, because without rolling the heads, no big change has ever come to any society or any other country in any time in human history. The heads have to roll. You'll have to shed blood. You have to go all out. You want to go it covertly, go covertly. You want to go militarily, go militarily. But take a call, because people are suffering. People are dying. Okay? The Hindu girls can't go to schools. They're kidnapped, raped, killed, and then disappeared. These are the cases that are happening on a daily basis there. Temples are burnt. This is not propaganda. There are evidences, there are videos, there are photographs of burnt temples. The ISKCON. Imagine, ISKCON is such a peaceful organization. All they do is, doing bhajan, kirtan, dancing on the street, serving the people in need, even in Ukraine right now. Okay? Wherever there is a conflict in the world, wherever people are suffering, they go there. Even those are the people who are suffering there. and they are coming on record and telling, okay, this temple was burned, okay, today that temple was burned. So either you say that, okay, those are Bangladeshis, we don't give a damn, whatever happens there, it is there. You know, Hindus of Bangladesh are their citizens, so we don't give a damn about it. But if you do, then you have to do something about it. So I would rather go for more covert operations, you know, cleaning the mess that was introduced there. All those people, we know who are the people, from Mahfouz Alam to, you know, this Muhammad Yunus, all these people who did this entire operation, and just take them out. It is as simple as that. And we are capable of doing that. And if we have to also, you know, involve ourselves a little bit militarily, why should we hesitate? We call ourselves regional superpower. So if we are regional superpower, do you think America would have, you know, tolerated such nonsense on its border? America would have, China would have tolerated such a nonsense on its border? No, not at all. So if we aspire to become a superpower, we should start behaving like a superpower.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav. And difficult options for India as far as trying to contain the mess in Bangladesh is concerned. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. But Vaibhav will be joining us again shortly, like a couple of weeks' time, where we will go back and take a look at what happened. Because these next 4 weeks are going to be critical, because the outgoing administration is trying to accomplish a lot of stuff that they think needs to be done, regardless of the fact that they don't really have power anymore. But they are still trying. They have not been stopped at a Supreme Court. I don't know if that's going to happen. If that happens, that's well and good for the democracy in the United States. If not, well, it'll be really bad. Thank you so much, Vaibhav, and we'll wait and see how India reacts to this. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you.